We are taking you into the news right now with the Fox 45 news feed. It's 11 a.m. Growing calls for a change after that deadly mass shooting in South Baltimore. The demands the victims' families are making. Growing debate as a school district looks to ban certain flags like the pride flag from classrooms. The bill that is up for debate and how parents are reacting. And it is going to be another hot day outside Baltimore under a code orange air quality alert. Other parts of Maryland under code red. When things will ease up. That's all coming up. Fox 45 News Midday starts now.
Live from WBFF in Baltimore, this is Fox 45 News Midday.
Thanks for joining us for Fox 45 News Midday. I'm Patrice Sanders. Just in, city police say they are going to release officer body camera video from last month's deadly shootout in East Baltimore. It happened June 29th near Patterson Park. At that time, police said the 40-year-old suspect was wanted by police but tried to get away and ultimately fired at officers. The chaotic moments captured on police scanner.
You gotta move the fire! Stop! The crossfire now!
We have a police involved discharging.
The video is set to be released at 1 this afternoon. We'll bring you the latest on Fox 45 News at 4. Happening today, a special hearing at City Hall about the controversial installation of BGE regulators across the city. A group of residents is fighting the gas company in court, filing a class action lawsuit to stop installation.
BG&E is operating like a Baltimore City gang, like a cartel that thinks that the rules don't apply to them.
The utility company says the changes are to improve customer and community safety. But right now, a court has halted the installation. Shannon Lilly is outside City Hall with a closer look at the ongoing fight.
Well, today City Council will hold a meeting on this ongoing issue, and it all comes as Fox 45 News obtained an email showing that BGE is now requesting to proceed with external gas regulation for several streets here in the Fells Point area. And this comes, as you'll remember, after just weeks ago, protests broke out in Federal Hill over this very installation. But let's get you to that information about today's meeting. Representatives from BGE, the Department of Public Works, the Commission of Historical and Architectural Preservation, or CHAP, and other stakeholders will brief the council on installation, best practices, safety considerations, and community concerns. That hearing is set for 5 this evening.
In your app store. What's still ahead? Pull out the board games and have a family game night. We're going to break down a new study that finds board games may help boost kids' math scores. And combating the rising cost of child care, the new plan from the White House to try to help families afford it. But first, trusting the results. We'll look at how confidence in U.S. elections is becoming a partisan issue.
And we are looking at air quality alerts today as the heat and the humidity builds. It's going to be a hot and steamy day ahead of us with high temperatures well into the 90s. I'll let you know how long this hot stretch lasts and what our rain chances look like for the weekend in a couple of minutes on Fox 45 News Midday at 11.
Fox 45 News, winner of 16 2022 Regional Emmy Awards, more than all other Baltimore news stations combined.
11:09, taking a look at your social stream. The Biden administration is out with a new proposal to try to make child care more affordable. The proposal stems from an executive order President Biden signed in April. It would make changes to the federal child care and development block grant program. It would cap child care copays at no more than 7% of a family's income, and it would encourage states to waive copays for families at or below 150% of the poverty level. Here's how people are reacting. Brandy says, wow, if this happens, America's families would really be able to breathe every month. Can't wait to hear the details. On the flip side of that, Sharon says, pay for your own child care. A new poll finds Democrats have far more confidence that the 2024 presidential votes will be counted accurately than Republicans do. According to a new AP NORC poll, 71% of Democrats have a lot of trust in the vote versus 8% who have no trust. On the other side, just 22% of Republicans have a great deal of confidence in the vote, and 46% say they have no trust at all. Reaction? Okay, don't vote then. If you really believe the 2020 election was rigged, then why did you vote in 2022? Why bother voting in 2024? Nothing has changed since 2020. Wouldn't it still be rigged? If you voted in 2022, that proves you trust the U.S. election process. Chris saying election integrity is essential to a constitutional republic is something that voters from both parties should agree on. Almost 60% of Americans consider TikTok a threat to national security. That's according to a new Pew Research Center survey. It shows just 17% of Americans do not view the social media site as a threat. Age is a big factor in the study, with 46% of Americans 65 and older viewing the social media platform as a major threat, while just 13% of 18 to 29-year-olds share that opinion. Here's what you're saying. Americans are the most propagandized people in the world. And another, then the people outside of the U.S. can say Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram are also a threat to their national security, since what they say about TikTok can also be said about those social media platforms. Well, still ahead, a cruel summer for Taylor Swift fans. It's happened again. Another Ticketmaster meltdown, this time in France. How the ticketing company is responding. That's just
Today, a decision will most likely be made on the Anne Arundel County Schools' proposed flag policy. I'm Olivia Danson. Coming up next, I'll tell you what the policy would do if passed.
And coming up later today at noon, it's Karamo, then at 1 it's Sherry, followed by Hot Bench at 2. 11:12 now on Fox 45 News Midday. We are back with a live look over the Inner Harbor. We're keeping a close eye on the air quality. Right now, Baltimore is under a code orange air quality alert. Stay with us. We're going to check in with meteorologist Amy Aronson to see when things will clear up. That's coming up in just about 5 minutes. 11:14 and happening today in Anne Arundel County. The school board is expected to vote on a new flag policy. Now, if approved, It would ban certain flags, like the pride flag, from being displayed in classrooms. As Olivia Dance shows us, the proposal is creating controversy.
The policy has received both support and criticism, and today the school board will have a third reader and will most likely take a final vote. The policy would ban several flags from Anne Arundel County schools, impacting all school buildings, so that includes right here at Glen Burnie High. The proposed policy limits the display of flags other than the American, Anne Arundel County, Annapolis City, and Maryland flags to those with a bona fide education purpose, which will be determined by the principals. If passed, it would ban the pride flag from being displayed in all of the 127 school buildings. A similar policy was passed in Carroll County schools last year. Now here in Anne Arundel County, over 1,000 people commented about the policy during the public comment period. And before the last board meeting, protesters from both sides gathered outside school headquarters.
For me, having a pride flag and a Black Lives Matter flag enables me to meet the social emotional needs of students. And if their social emotional needs are not met, they're not learning anything.
When you have the American flag, that's for everyone. Other flags divide and they categorize people, which brings confusion and also division and animosity. And so sticking with the American flag cuts out the confusion and helps the students to focus and be united.
The school board will hear more public comment before today's vote, and you can get those latest updates on our website at foxbaltimore.com. Now, if approved, the policy will go into effect this upcoming school year. For now, reporting in Glen Burnie, I'm Olivia Dance, Fox 45 News, Midday.
Just last year, the Carroll County School Board voted to ban political flags on property, including pride flags. Students are still allowed to wear or show materials like pride flags on their clothing. The only flags permitted on school property, though, are American, Maryland, Carroll County flags, and any related to student achievement, sports banners, or other nations. The Baltimore City Council members are holding a hearing on BGE's controversial work on external gas regulators. We're going to have the live developments tonight at 4. And Fox 45 News continues our investigation after 30 people were shot in South Baltimore over the 4th of July holiday. At 5, the conflicting messages we're getting from Safe Streets about the hours before that violence broke out. And we are standing by live as Baltimore police release video of a deadly shootout in East Baltimore. At 6, the encounter that led to the death of a 40-year-old man. You can get Fox 45 News in a flash through your Amazon Alexa or Echo. We now deliver your local headlines and forecasts in less than 2 minutes. If you have an Amazon device, just tell it to enable Fox 45 Baltimore. 11:17 and now to today's talking point. It's happened again. Another Ticketmaster breakdown involving sales of Taylor Swift's Eras Tour. Sales for the tour dates in France were shut down Tuesday after high demand overloaded the Ticketmaster website. Ticketmaster France says sales for her shows at arenas in Paris and Lyon are on hold. The company also says the sales were disrupted by an issue with a third-party vendor. And fans that will get updates when the sales resume. Mark Clark with Be More Lifestyle is here now. And once again, Ticketmaster.
Oh, okay. Patrice, I'm trying to figure this out, though. Beyonce is wrapping up her world tour.
Yes.
And didn't have an issue.
I think there were some issues when Beyonce tickets, not to the level.
But not shut down. Is it tied to Taylor? Is there somebody? Is it, what's going on? Is it a relationship with Taylor that we're looking at?
I don't know. Somebody doesn't like Taylor over there. I don't know, but I don't understand how Ticketmaster, you have one job, and that's to sell the tickets. So I don't understand why it keeps being a problem. But I think what is going to happen, or maybe could happen, these artists might just sell their own tickets. I mean, there's got to be some venue, some way that they're already thinking about, how do I sell my own tickets? And you have to come to my site and do my own thing. So I'm wondering if that's what's coming.
And so are we, what is it, Taylor, Beyonce, who, are they probably the biggest ones out there now?
Well, if we sold tickets to, this show,
right. Other than, so it's Beyonce, Taylor, and then, of course, this show and Patrice.
Right. Yeah.
Speaking of Patrice, on the Be More Lifestyle show, we're going to have your package about you. So stick around to see Patrice's package.
Oh, are we? See, that would not sell out, but okay.
Selling out.
All right. We've got another hot day here at home, but at least it's dry. That's something. It's much better than the flooding that meteorologist Amy Aronson is showing us that those in Vermont are dealing with, and it has just been catastrophic there.
Yeah, incredible images and footage coming from Vermont. Underwater still after that heavy rain moved through that area a couple days ago. If we take a look at some of the aerial shots that are coming in, this is from Montpelier. As you can see, still underwater right now, so still a ways to go before they get that cleaned up. Here's another shot of State Street there. As you can see, just devastated by the floodwaters. Here's a look at one river that's actually still rising. This was from last night, so ongoing flooding issues there, meaning that will continue to be their focus over the next couple of days. Meanwhile, closer to home, it is just downright hot. We've got sunshine over the inner harbor, and temperatures are climbing again today. Upper 80s already, mid 90s is where we're headed. We are actually looking at an air quality alert because of the building heat plus the humidity. So if you can limit time outside, best to do that. It's going to stay hot all the way through the end of the week, so I anticipate ongoing air quality issues. And then it looks like over the weekend, we are going to reintroduce that chance for some storms. Now we've got heat across a lot of the country. You can see all the orange and red and pink showing up, not only in the southwest, but also across Texas and the southern plains. That's all the heat that is ongoing currently. And for us, we're included in that, although we don't technically have any watches, warnings, or advisories in place. We do have high pressure building in from the south and west here, driving that southerly hot airflow and actually keeping us dry. So no storms to track or talk about the next couple of days. Mid-90s is where we're headed today. Similar setup tomorrow. We start off warm and muggy in the morning. The heat builds during the afternoon. Another toasty day with temperatures well into the mid and actually even upper 90s. Looks like this hot stretch will actually take us all the way through the weekend. A long stretch coming up with temperatures well into the 90s. That will continue to be the case Friday, Saturday, and actually Sunday too. Rain chances non-existent today. A stray shower or storm possible come tomorrow, and then they do become more likely, more scattered as we head through the end of the week and getting into the weekend. You can also see all our upcoming storm chances in our full 10-day forecast. Also, look at that 90-degree stretch. That takes us beyond the weekend into early next week, too. Patrice?
All right, Amy, thank you. A new cheeseburger, wow, is going viral. There is no meat, but there's a sure lot of cheese on it. Where are you going to find it, and how much did that cost?
I need some friends, like really bad.
The support of the internet. His message to those who want to bully others. 11:22 now on Fox 45 News Midday. A young Texas boy who rang his neighbor's doorbell looking for friends is now getting the support of the internet after his story went viral.
To see if you knew any kids around like 11 or 12 maybe, because I need some friends, like really bad.
Oh, Shaden Walker had no idea this ring on a neighbor's doorbell would change his life. Although the family didn't have any kids Shaden's age, they posted the video to TikTok and it blew up. The response online helping to boost Shaden's confidence.
What my life was like before was kids were manipulating me and telling me that they will be my friend, but when they ask me to do something horrible, it's just, I don't feel like they're actually my friend.
He's been hospitalized because the bullying was so bad and he felt so isolated. If you see it, just advocate for that person. Just be there for that person. Do not let that person suffer.
Look at that face. Come on now. That is heartbreaking that people would be so cruel. But after going viral, a GoFundMe helped raise nearly $40,000 for Shaden, and he's now learning that friends can be found anywhere, even online. Well, this summer, Sinclair is partnering with the National Diaper Bank for Sinclair Care's Summer Diaper Drive. Scan this QR code to help your local diaper banks provide diapers to children and families in need. Donate today for a healthier future for our little ones. And if your family is struggling with basic needs for your baby, go to sinclaircares.com. It's time now for your lunch break. Get a hold of this. Burger King in Thailand, oh my goodness, has introduced a new item it calls the Real Cheeseburger. It is a burger with no meat. Instead, the bun is filled with as many as 20 slices of American cheese. The Real Cheeseburger costs about $11 US. That's going to be a hard pass for me. That's all we have for Fox 45 News Midday. Be More Lifestyle is up next. Mark Clark back to tell us what they're working on. Don't do it, Mark.
I know. I need some extra heart medication for that.
Yeah.
You're watching Fox 45 in Baltimore. Now live from TV Hill, this is Be More Lifestyle.
Hey, what's up, Baltimore? Mark Clark, and this is Be More Lifestyle live from Studio A at Fox Baltimore. Lady T is here, along with, of course, meteorologist Amy Aronson. Good morning, everybody. Let me tell you right now.
Hey, fam.
Trending now, a nationwide survey is naming Baltimore City the third most stressed city in the country. A Wallet Hub survey looked at things like financial stress, family stress, and concerns over health and safety. Baltimore finished behind only Cleveland and Detroit. Now, here's the part right here. Columbia was the only other Maryland city to make the list. There was 161 of the list of 182 cities. Now,
wow.
That's the only thing. Okay.
Wow.
I'm not shocked because we have our challenges.
Yeah, of course.
But the fact that Columbia is on the list makes me look at the list because Columbia is also in the top 3 of the best cities.
Of the best cities, right?
But then again, I guess stress doesn't mean bad. It just means, I guess, it is what it is.
It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of stuff going on. It sounds like Baltimore needs a vacation is what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
I think Baltimore needs to take advantage of some of the great places it has that maybe it doesn't have.
That's what they do. Yeah, visit some of the landmarks and stuff. There's a lot to Baltimore that people don't realize, honestly.
Oh, my
and
goodness.
I've been trying to travel around and get some, like, there's good food here. There's good, like, theaters. The neighborhoods are beautiful. Like, yeah. And
Are you shocked,
water. Yeah, I mean, a little. I think Maryland in general is a cool state, and I know they're pointing out Baltimore, but like you know, you've got mountains to the west, you've got water, the bay. Lots of people are boaters. You know,
she's right. Yeah, there's a lot of things to do here. There's a lot of things. Yeah, you could travel. You could do an at-home vacation here. Yeah, come on. Don't look. We may be stressed, but we're beautiful out here. Okay. Sometimes
we might be stressed, but we're blessed.
We're stressed and blessed at the same time. There you go.
Trending now, a lot of lottery players are hoping to strike it rich in tonight's Powerball drawing. I know I am. And then turn in their 2 weeks' notice. Oh, not that. The jackpot is a staggering $725 million. The last time someone hit the jackpot was April 19th. Since then, there have been 34 consecutive drawings without a jackpot winner. Now, here's the question. Lady T, we'll start with you.
Why you gotta start
here?
You
know how much you love this job.
Love it with all of my heart.
Like
love it.
Members.
What?
But how quick would you quit your job if you won this $725 million?
Okay, now if it was $1 billion, I feel like I would do a little bit more. I feel like you wouldn't see me. I feel like you wouldn't see me. What? I wouldn't even put in my 2 weeks. You just wouldn't see me. Y'all gonna have to start seeing me post things on little, Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. When you see me put lobster tail in my oodles and noodles, listen, baby, you know that I won something. When you see me do all of that, okay, listen, I can't even. We're gonna do it.
Back to the question. How long? How many days?
How many days?
Yeah. How long would it take you to let us know where I'm out of here? Or
I wouldn't even let you know. Is what I was saying.
Oh.
I wouldn't even let you know. You don't get a courtesy. I'm rich at this point.
Wow, you're rich.
You don't get a courtesy notice or anything.
So Amy, I mean,
just not show up.
Yeah, there you go.
Amy,
just not
you're responsible.
I owe you
mommy
nothing.
on the way. $725 million. Will we get a call or anything? Or
I mean, definitely a call, but then everyone knows you won too, and
you
got to be careful. You got to be careful about how you.
And you don't want to, because I definitely owe people money, and I don't want them to know that I.
You're not gonna pay.
You know how many bills I gotta pay. I don't want nobody to know I got rich, okay?
Yeah, I think my wife teases me because she says I love what I do, and I've always loved what I do. So I probably wouldn't. Yeah, I probably wouldn't let anybody know, and I probably stay.
But they'll see little signs,
Yeah, you might say little signs.
You might see some crap.
Might not care as much.
Maybach phone case.
Listen, you gonna see me with 3 iPhones. It's all gonna be the new ones. 3 iPhone 15s, and iPhone 21, because we're not there yet. But
I might have just a jacket made of real gold.
Listen, that sounds good.
Nice. Thank you very much.
And I would be there to match it. Yes, I got you. I look good.
Okay, we want you to tell us, if you won the lottery, would you quit your job? Vote on our website, foxbaltimore.com/vote. When you get to the website, make sure you click on our lifestyle tab. You can also vote on our Fox 45 News app. And you know how we do it. At the end of the show, we'll see what everybody thinks. Now, pull out the board games and have a family game night. A new study finds playing board games can help young kids build stronger math abilities. The studies found kids who play board games saw a significant improvement in math compared with those who did not play games. The study looked at games like dominoes, chutes and ladders, and those kind of things. I'm going to say this. I never liked board games.
Oh, what? What do you mean?
Something could be wrong. I don't like board
you?
games. I don't like amusement parks. I don't like certain cartoons. Okay.
No fun.
You sound like...
I'm weird.
You sound really...
So are you a board game person, lady?
Yes, so my mom brought us up on like board games and stuff. Like she used to have like family game night where, you know, she would basically like let us win, I would say. We would cheat, I don't care. Listen, but you know what would really teach you math? Spades, okay? Spades, every person needs to know how to play spades. That is really what's gonna teach you how to do math, reading, you know, it'll teach you how to not lose friends. You literally will learn a lot from spades, okay? Yeah, okay, when that board flips over like this, okay, you're gonna lose family and friends.
What's your favorite board game? You seem like a board game person, weather, math,
You know what, you don't give me board game vibes.
You know, I don't play a lot of board games, but I love a good board game night. Like, I would never turn it down. I just like...
Oh, so you're like me.
So
you're
Monopoly? I would go for the social aspect. Yeah, I'll play Monopoly. My family plays spades every year at the beach. Like, I do it. I'm just not like the initiator.
Okay, so you'll like participate. You're just like, I'm there for the drinks.
I'm there to chit-chat and socialize, but I'll play the game.
See,
I just don't start it.
Okay, still ahead. We're taking you behind the scenes. We'll go one-on-one with one of our favorite people, Patrice. Yes, that's coming up. Also, declutter your kitchen. We'll show you a new kitchen accessory that can replace a whole drawer full of utensils. Coming up next. Stay around.
You're watching Be More Lifestyle.
Julie Moran has found the perfect set of kitchen utensils that will make food preparation easier, from separating eggs to spreading peanut butter. This set does it all. Here's Julie with today's America Steals and Deals.
The following segment is sponsored by Gnocchi.
I absolutely love to cook, and I've been looking for the perfect utensils my whole life. Well, I found them, the Spurtles from Mad Hungry. These are really the only 4 tools you need in your kitchen. Purge your drawers. Get it out. This is all you need. I'm going to show you some things. Wonderful, the way to separate an egg, a white from a yolk, put it over the Spurtle, and the white goes right down, and the yolk just stays up there. And then you can just drop that in there and scramble that baby up like that. Unbelievable. Then avocados. These I love. These I use all the time. 1 scoop with the rounded edges. There you go. Your avocados out of the shell. And the last thing, the bane of my existence, empty peanut butter jars. They love peanut butter. This rounded Spurtle, the edge, you can get almost the whole, you get everything out of that jar. 1 scoop, and you're on your sandwich and you're on your way. Is that beautiful? That makes me happy. They're made with this beautiful, premium, high-quality acacia wood. So right now we're offering buy 1, get 1 free deal. That means 4 and 4, which means if my daughter in her new apartment wants to take one, or my mother or my sister, it doesn't matter. So I want you to head to asadeals.com for this amazing, love it, exclusive offer.
We all know Patrice Sanders, the anchor. You welcome her into your home each morning, but now let's get to know what she's like away from the anchor desk. Check this out.
I joke with people and say, you know, my hair couldn't take it being outside anymore. The alarm goes off at 1:30. I hit snooze for a couple minutes. and then I'm out of bed and at work at 3 a.m. I go in, I look over my stories, write some things up, get ready for my interviews, and then I head into the makeup room about half an hour before the show starts. Put on some makeup and do my hair, and within 5 minutes to go before I have to be on set, I'm usually switching out of my sweatpants into my clothes and then out to the set with about a minute to spare. Then from there, it is, 5 hours, 5.5 hours of news. If you ask any of my friends, they would say it's just because I like to talk. But that's not the only answer. I actually like storytelling. I like to see the story come together. And I went to a performing arts high school, and they had a television production program as one of the different majors you could major in. And I thought that sounded interesting. In the performing arts school, we had a television channel that would go out throughout the county. And we would put on a weekly newscast. And from there, I definitely knew that's what I wanted to do. So I wanted to come to Baltimore because I'm from Prince George's County. So my goal was to get back to this area. I had moved all around the country for television jobs. That's how it is when you start out. So I went from college and I worked in DC at Nightline for a little bit, and then I moved on to Boston. And then from there, I moved out to California for a couple of years. And then I got closer to home in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. And then when an opportunity came open here at Fox, I jumped on it. I had to drive through a snowstorm to get it. I was working in Pennsylvania, and I knew there was a snowstorm coming that day, but I also knew that there was a job opening and that the window for applying for it was about to close. So I got in my car, drove what should have been just an hour commute, and in the middle of that, the snowstorm started. So it was a 7-hour journey to drive an hour from Pennsylvania to Baltimore and then back home to Pennsylvania. And by the time I got to the station, our news director at that time, Scott Livingston, met me at the door, and I was frazzled and it was pretty much, here's my tape. Oh. And I managed to get back in my car and drive hours through that snowstorm back. And it was like one of the apocalyptic snowstorms, one of those big ones. And I got a call a couple of days later that said, "We liked your tape." And I think he also liked that I risked life and limb to come bring it to him. So I got the job.
And make sure you watch Patrice and the whole morning show team every day right here on Fox 45 News. And look more for behind-the-scenes packages coming up in the future on Be More Lifestyle. Still ahead, did you know you can go to Miami Beach without leaving Maryland? Coming up, we'll take you to the popular water spot in Baltimore County.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
We have a multitude of water sports activities visitors can enjoy here at Miami Beach. We have paddleboard rentals, kayak rentals, and pedal boat rentals. So Miami Beach is actually located in Foley's Quarters, Maryland. It's very close to also Middle River, Maryland. Tips for picnicking, especially on the weekends, show up earlier rather than later. They are first come, first serve. So if you show up early, you can typically get one. If not, picnicking here on the beach or in the open grassy areas is also a great time. During the middle of the week here, picnicking is pretty quiet. So if you don't like crowds, I definitely recommend coming to these beaches. You know, Monday through Friday, it's pretty quiet, peaceful, calm. Beachgoers can preserve our natural ecosystem by simply really cleaning up after themselves, not walking off the paths and designated trails. And if you see any wildlife, just let it be. You know, there are going to be snakes and fish and birds and things like that that might come into the swim area, come up onto the sand. Just let them be. They'll leave you alone if you leave them alone. So a new unique water sports program that we're actually offering is our Kayak Share program. So you can visit 4 different sites, Miami Beach being one of them, Rocky Point Park and Beach, Marshy Point Nature Center, and the Lock Raven Fishing Center. There's 12 different varying kayaks. If you join the program, you can take them out during operating hours. It's $200 per person, and our season kind of can vary between the different sites. So it can either be from Labor Day to Memorial Day at the beaches, and then May through September at the other 2 sites. We really need staff. We're hiring for cashiers, assistant managers, and lifeguards here at the beaches. If you're looking for summer employment, the best website to go to is going to be the BaltimoreCountyMD.gov website, and go to the jobs section, and that's how you apply. The hours for Miami Beach are going to be from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and then outside of that, it's going to be from 8 a.m. to sunset. So we have an entrance fee. On the weekdays, it's $5 per person. If you're first responder or senior, then it's going to be $4. And then on the weekends, it's going to be $6 per person, and then that discount for the first responders and seniors is $5 per person. To learn more about Miami Beach, you can go to the BaltimoreCountyMD.gov website, search Miami Beach, and that'll have all of our different fees for entrance and rentals and all that good stuff.
Now over to Amy with your best weather in America.
Yeah, let's head to the beaches of North and South Carolina, where things have been looking beautiful the past couple of days. Why not beat the heat at the beach? Although this sunrise looks like the sky's kind of on fire here. We've got the orange and the red glow showing up over the ocean. Here's one more look at the beautiful waters along the grandstand. Not typically that blue, so a very cool sight there from this picture. And if we take a look at what we're dealing with closer to home, we've actually had some air quality issues. Code orange air quality alert for most of us. I'll backtrack to that graphic so you can see what I'm talking about here. Code orange air quality alert for most of us. Code red if you're included in that reddish color to the north and east there. It's not a huge area, but if you are included there, you do want to limit your time outside today. If you have any trouble breathing and you're included in the rest of the area, great to limit outdoor activities. And this is from the ozone, heat and humidity causing our air quality issues. And we've got a lot of heat. Temperatures are climbing and climbing fast. Upper 80s already. Mid-90s is where we're headed today. We've got that code orange air quality problem for most of us, code red if you're north and east, and then the heat. A hot end to the week and a hot weekend coming up too, along with a chance for some storms. So that could send us a little bit of relief. The heat is worse to our west across Texas, where we see the bright pink and the orange, and of course across the southwest. We've got very hot temperatures there, temperatures well into the triple digits. For us, gets close to that. We've got high pressure sitting to our south there, acting as a heat pump, driving that warm air in from the south and from the west, bringing our numbers up. So we're not tracking a ton of rain chances over the next couple of days, but we are tracking temperatures well into the 90s. Mid-90s is where we're headed this afternoon and this evening. Temperatures barely cool off overnight tonight, so tomorrow morning starts off in the warm and muggy mid-70s, and then we end up in the mid and upper 90s again. And this setup's actually going to continue not only through week's end, but as we get into the weekend too. a long stretch coming up, a long heat wave coming up with temperatures well into the 90s each day, mid 90s for the next 2 days, and then low 90s will take us through the end of the week, heading into the weekend. Now, rain chances will gradually return and increase. A stray shower or storm possible tomorrow. They do become more scattered on Friday, and then they remain spotty to scattered over the weekend, too. So that could send us a little bit of relief, but not a ton in our 10-day forecast. Looks like summer's in full swing now. We've got a long stretch of the 90s coming up here. Kicks off the next couple of days, takes us all the way through the weekend into early next week. And yes, we do have that chance for at least a few storms that will also take us through early next week.
This is Be More Lifestyle.
As meteorologists, a big topic is the difference between weather watches and weather warnings. It's actually really important and key to all your safety. In order to explain the difference between the two, I'm going to use some baking. So we're going to be baking up a storm today and baking cupcakes, actually. I did a little prep in advance, and I actually did the baking in order to kind of explain the concept here. In order to bake these pretty cupcakes you're seeing beside me, I kept it easy. I actually just used a box mix. So in order to bake them, what I did was I mixed this box with a cup of water, a half a cup of this oil, 3 eggs, mixed it all together, popped it in the oven in little cupcake tins, actually put them in these little cupcake holders here, and baked them for about 20 minutes. And as you can see, this is the finished product. I've got a couple of them already finished in ice, but as I explain the difference between watch and warning, I'm going to finish icing some of them for you. Easy icing. I did not make this. But basically, the difference is this. So the cupcakes that are already made, the ones you're seeing here, that would be a weather warning. That means something is imminent. It's happening. So there's like severe weather underway. A thunderstorm is happening, a severe thunderstorm, or maybe even a tornado. Or it could be winter weather. Winter weather is happening, a winter weather warning. That would be the cupcakes that are already done, the ones that I'm icing here, putting some sprinkles on top. Now, a watch is the ingredients. So that's what we actually started off with. All this stuff on this side, that would be the ingredients. So for a watch, it means conditions are conducive for severe weather later on. So the conditions being the instability, the moisture, the heat we have to work with. That would be all the stuff that goes into a watch. So a watch means severe weather isn't happening yet, but we're just preheating the oven. We're getting ready for severe weather to happen later on. Once you see that warning issued, this is what we're dealing with. The cupcakes, the actual event, either the severe thunderstorm or the tornado warning. Now, if you want more details on how I whipped up these cupcakes or the difference between a watch and a warning, head over to our website, foxbaltimore.com.
Still ahead, the Powerball jackpot is climbing even bigger. Just how long it's been since there was a winner, and what you're saying about whether you'd quit your job if you win. This summer, Sinclair is partnering with the National Diaper Bank for Sinclair Care Summer Diaper Drive. Scan the QR code to help local diaper banks provide diapers to children and families in need. Donate today for a healthier future for our little ones. And if your family is struggling with basic needs for your baby, go to sinclaircares.com. Trending now, a lot of lottery players are hoping to strike it rich in tonight's Powerball drawing. I know I am. And then turn in their 2-week notice. The jackpot is a staggering $725 million. The last time someone hit the jackpot was April 19th. Since then, there have been 34 consecutive drawings without a jackpot winner. And we wanted you to tell it, if you won the lottery, would you quit your job? Right now, most of you are saying, yes, immediately. A great show lined up for tomorrow. Have you heard of lazy girl jobs? Well, it might not be what you think. Coming up, how younger generations are reclaiming their power in the workforce.
Find out how to have your business featured on Be More Lifestyle. Email us at BeMoreLifestyleTV@FoxBaltimore.com.
And as always, thank you for inviting us into your home. Make sure you follow Be More Lifestyle on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Make sure you stay cool out there, and we'll see you tomorrow.